Grey Octopussy. Hey y'all, this is Grey Octopussy, and I'm back. Only this time, I wanted to share something strange with you guys, an experience that I had while I was in my apartment, In the morning, I looked out the window and I noticed there was a cloud that stood in the same place, in the same spot. It didn't move. And every now and then, 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later or so, I would go by the same window and that cloud stood in the same place. So I was like, what clouds stay in the same place? Did some research, so I went to Google and Google said, no, clouds don't stay in the same place. But there's an exception. There's one kind of cloud that would appear to stay in the same place for a certain amount of time. And that's a lenticular cloud. And I go into that and I read the definition, but it says that lenticular clouds form over mountains because of the moisture. I live in New York City, folks. I live in the city by the East River. On one side of the river is Brooklyn, all buildings. The other side of the river, is Manhattan. Where I live, all buildings. I don't live nowhere around or near any mountains. Why did this cloud stay in the same spot? Also, what I'm gonna show you later on in this video is, in one of those clips, something appears, and it got me because, right in front of the clip, it just appears, it materializes, I thought it was a bug at first, but then I was like, it was kind of weird, it surprised me because I'm used to bugs flying by, but it didn't fly by. It materialized and then dematerialized. So later on, I'm gonna show you where I go back to that clip and I pause it and I zoom in on it. And guess what? This black thing that's in front of a white cloud, it's blue in the middle. You see the sky in the middle. It opened up. I think it was a portal, folks. Drop a comment. Let me know what you feel. Do you think this was a portal? In the middle, you see the blue sky, but this black thing was in front of the white cloud. And I'm gonna show it to you, So, without further ado, let's roll it. Look at that. It's just that one cloud in the sky. You see that? One cloud in the sky. Can't really see it, Look at that. The moon over there. That one cloud there. One cloud. You see, look everybody, because this is my other window. So this was that cloud that I told you. It's just one cloud there. That was the cloud I just showed y'all, right? One cloud. Now this is from my other window to show you it's just one cloud. Look. Look. Moon. It's that one cloud over there. See? All right, y'all. All right, y'all. It's been a little over a half hour, and that one cloud I filmed about a half hour ago is still there. Of course, it changed shape, but how is it still there? I don't get it. If I would have known, I would have set up a tripod, and just filmed it for as long as I could film it for, you know what I mean? But how was that cloud still there? More than a half hour ago, for real. Look at that. And of course you gotta believe me, because from the other footage, that I took more than a half hour ago, it was a different shape. But it's still that same cloud in the same area. And look, still no other clouds. Why is that cloud still there in the same spot? Look, this is about 10 minutes later, third one. I don't know what's going on. It's still there in the same place. I'm gonna show y'all the timestamps of the video. Oh yeah, I saw that flash out real quick. I don't know what that was. Let's zoom in and see anything weird, right? This cloud is in the same place. Still. This cloud is in the same place. Yo, this cloud is still there. This cloud is still there. I can't wait to show y'all the timestamps. It's probably about 15 minutes later after the latest video. But the first video, man, it's probably been like, what, an hour? Wow. And it's still basically the only cloud. Y'all see that? How does it stay in the same position? All right, y'all. That cloud is still there. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. The cloud is still there. Still there. Besides them little, these faint scalar waves, it's pretty much still the only cloud there. Look at that. I can't wait to put this together in my Final Cut Pro. Show y'all the timestamps and everything. But anyway, it's still there. Alright, y'all. The cloud is still there. See, look where the moon's at. See that? See that? The moon was way over to the left, or my left, the other side, how I was going to show on the camera, you know, when you see it, I don't know, but this cloud is still there. Same exact spot. That one cloud is still in the same spot. Look at the moon, see? The moon is moving. Look at that. Still in the same spot. No, clouds generally do not stay in the same place. They are carried by the wind and move across the sky. though some types of clouds, like lenticular clouds, can appear stationary due to the way they form and dissipate around obstacles like mountains, right? But there's no mountains. Remember, I'm in New York City, and I live right by, a river, but it's a river with a bridge and two cities on either side, right? So let's continue. Here's a more detailed explanation. Movement. Clouds are essentially water droplets or ice crystals suspended in the air. They move along with the air currents, which are influenced by wind patterns, right? So if you look at my videos, you're going to see the trees and the leaves blowing, especially because this cloud is over the water. We know there's a lot of wind over the water, right? So let's continue. Wind. Wind is the primary factor determining cloud movement. Higher up in the atmosphere, winds can be quite strong, causing clouds to travel significant distances, right? So why is this cloud stationary? It shouldn't be, right? I don't live near any mountains or in the mountains or around any mountains, right? Continue. Stationary clouds. Certain cloud formations, particularly lenticular clouds, can appear stationary because they are constantly being replenished on one side, usually the windward side of a mountain, and dissipating on the other. Right? Cloud formation and dissipation. Clouds are not static entities. They are constantly forming and dissipating as air temperatures and humidity change. This means that even if the cloud stays in the same spot, blah, 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 blah. So, y'all get it, no, clouds don't stay in the same place unless they're lenticular. But I don't live around the mountains. So I looked up some images on Google of lenticular clouds to show you that they only appear over a mountain, right? So you have this one, then you have this one, and this one, and this one, right? So you see images of these lenticular clouds. You see them, they're over mountains. I live in New York City, so I don't know why this cloud was in the same place for so long, but I just thought that was weird and strange. And Grey Octopussy shows you weird and strange things. So now, here's where things get strange and weird and bizarre. Now, if, in one of my clips, I'm showing you, because I didn't know this was going to happen. Something appears. And it got me when it first appeared, because I'm used to bugs flying by. But this didn't fly by. It appeared. It materialized and then dematerialized. So then, I went back into the video and enlarged it, paused it, enlarged it, and it looks like a portal. When you look in the middle of it, when it opens, because it's in front of the cloud, which is white, and then that black thing appears, which, people may think is a bug, but it's not, because it doesn't fly by. It just appears and materializes. So when you look at it, right, when I zoom in on it, you see that it's like a portal. It's open because you see the sky. It's in front of the cloud, but that black piece of mass, that black thing, whatever appeared in the middle of it, you see the blue sky in the middle of it. It opened up. It's a portal, in my opinion. But drop a comment. Let me know what you feel about this. I had to share this, This is ridiculous. I did not expect this to happen. I think I captured a portal appearing right in front of me. All right, so let's look at this. You see that? I wanted to show y'all that that's not a bug, because it's not flying by. You see it? I keep bringing it back and forth so you can see that it just appears. It materializes. And in one of the videos, I'm just, focusing on, capturing the cloud that's just staying there and catching the timestamps. And then this appears, so I catch it live. You see it, this is what I was, talking about. It's not a bug. Look at it. It appears. It's not flying by. It appears. It materializes and then dematerializes. I mean, I'm going to show y'all, I took some screenshots of this. See that? And then look, it's a portal. See how it's open. In the middle, you see the sky. In the middle of it, you see the blue sky, and it's in front of the cloud. That's not a bug. So we've reached the end of this video, folks, and I hope you enjoyed what I presented to you. And until next time, folks. So this is Gray Octopussy, signing off and signing out. Peace.